Have you ever found yourself trying to stick to a new diet, but struggling because social occasions come in, especially around December, and find yourself struggling to actually stay in your calorie deficit when Friday or Saturday roll around? Well, in today's video, I'm gonna show you a strategy that I teach all of my clients that's gonna help you not be scared of weekends anymore and not have to miss out on any social occasions. You see, my name's Raul and I'm a nutrition coach and personal trainer, and I help people lose weight by showing them strategies that actually work in the real world. What I've got here in front of me is a few different elements, and I've got several different piles. Now, what I want you to imagine is that each one of these piles is all exactly the same, and these piles represent the amount of calories that somebody has to be eating if they're in an 1800 calorie deficit. So this is 1800, this is 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Now, the first line here are your weekdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And these piles over here are the weekend. Now, the concept that I want to teach you is this idea called calorie banking. Calorie banking is the idea that you don't have to eat the same amount of calories every day to lose weight. Your body doesn't really care if you eat the same amount of calories on Monday or Tuesday. What it matters is whether you are overall in a week or a little bit longer period of time actually in a deficit. Your body doesn't actually think about deficits as a 24-hour window. It thinks of it in longer terms. So, with that idea in mind, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a few calories away from our deficit during the week so that we can have more calories for the weekend. So for example, we could take 100 calories from, let's say, Monday, and a few calories from Tuesday, from Wednesday, Thursday, and 100 calories from Friday. And now we've got a bigger pile of calories here that we can consume on the Saturday. So now instead of eating 1800 calories on the Saturday, because we've taken 100 calories from Monday to Friday, now we can actually eat 2300 calories on Saturday and still remain in a deficit by the end of the week. This concept is going to make going out socially and eating things that you enjoy so much easier, because you can plan ahead of time if you know you're going to have a birthday or work drinks on a Friday or Saturday, and think to yourself, well, I've got an extra 500 calories, which is going to allow me to have a few beverages if that's what you're into, or maybe you're gonna be able to order just a regular meal at a restaurant. And even though restaurant food tastes amazing, a lot of the time it's much higher in calories because they cook with a lot of butter and a lot more oil, and the servings are quite often a little bit larger than you might have at home. Now, realistically, 500 calories is not gonna get you very far, so you might wanna make that deficit a little bit larger. So maybe you wanna take 200 calories away from the days in your week where you don't have a lot of training. Maybe you don't train on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so on those days, you take a few extra calories, and now you don't just have 2300 calories to work with on the Saturday. Now you've got 2500 calories to work on the Saturday, which makes it a lot easier for you to enjoy food at a restaurant or going out with drinks and friends. Now, this is just one way that you could split this up. You could break up this idea of calorie banking 100 different ways. You could, for example, skip breakfast, let's say, on 3 days of the week. And that would actually save you quite a few calories every day. Maybe you save 500 calories on the Monday, the Wednesday, and the Friday because you've decided to skip breakfast on those days. And now you don't just have a few 700 calories to play with here. You've got an extra 1500 calories that you can play around with on the Saturday. So lots of different ways that you can break this up, and all of your extra calories don't have to be put into one day. You could split them up over the Saturday and the Sunday, or if you're more of a social person who likes going out for after Friday night drinks, maybe you spread them out over onto the Friday. Now, this idea is going to make it so much easier for you to be able to stick to your calorie deficit. Because one of the mistakes that I see people make all the time is that they find themselves thinking, I need to hit this deficit on this day every day. And more often than not, that actually leads to failure, and it leads to you not being able to maintain and sustain the deficit for long enough to actually see results. I find that this strategy is something that everybody can utilize and can apply and actually help them see results on a day-to-day basis. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but I live in Australia, and in Australia, especially around November and December time, a lot of my clients are gonna have things like their work functions coming up, and a lot of people really have a lot of hesitation and fear around following diets during this time because they think that they're just destined to fail because they've got so many social functions coming up. You don't have to fail your diet, and you can still see results in summertime or wintertime, depending on where you live, if you've got a lot of social occasions, if you utilize something like calorie banking to your benefit. Now, if you're not sure where to start with your deficit, I've got a free calorie calculator in the link below. And I'm currently taking on clients for my next challenge. That challenge is starting really soon, so make sure to click the link below for the waitlist on that, and you can register your interest so I can send you all the details when applications open. If you enjoyed this video, then you're probably going to enjoy this other video over here that's going to continue helping you with your weight loss journey. And before you leave, remember to subscribe.